Hey guys, welcome back. I recorded this video yesterday on the AI slop epidemic that's going on, especially in the past week or so. If you happen to see that Coldplay Kiss Cam set of AI memes that have been going around social media and the internet, you know what I'm talking about. And you've probably been eating too much AI slop and you need to go on a diet. So let's get into this video again. This video that I recorded, it was really meant for talking about the problem of AI slop. That's how I started at the video. I recorded, I started riffing, but then towards the end of the video, I made a realization, okay? I didn't even think about it at the start of the video, but as I was riffing, I simply said, man, the people who posted that video of that couple from the Coldplay Kiss Cam, they should feel ashamed for actually starting this hyper-viral, incident that happened at the Coldplay concert. Now, I then started analyzing and thinking about it and recording this content and said to myself, man, maybe we should all be ashamed for using these platforms, okay, these social media platforms. They're all the same at the end of the day, most of them, okay? I'm not gonna name any specific ones because I don't want legal problems with them, obviously. But you guys all know, you all saw this Coldplay Kiss Cam. You saw 1,000 memes over the last week or so, and you're probably still seeing these memes. So we got a problem, we got a problem with society in general. And I don't know whose fault it is. I'm not gonna blame one person for this. It's just something that's been evolved over the last, 15 years. And now, the thing about the shameful part about posting this content was not the fact that, the couple that's involved, I don't really care about them. What I care about is the husband and wife who were not involved and the children who were not involved. They don't deserve to be shamed by the people that posted that video, by the people that reshare that video, and then reshare it again with AI slop, and then comment on the video and like the video, okay? And I didn't do any of those, okay? I'm not gonna say I did, but guess what? I'm on those platforms and I viewed the AI content. I feel like there's some ownership there of shame that I was involved in by just being a member of these social media platforms. Which is sad because everyone has to use these things nowadays, even in your job. If you're like the social media platform marketing person, you have to use these platforms to do business. And unfortunately, this shaming now is part of our, business in general. And that's kind of sad. And I don't know, are there ways maybe as a social media user, can you filter out this type of content? Like, I don't want to see viral, Coldplay Kiss Cam things because I don't want to be a part of that. I feel guilty. I felt guilty because I laughed when I saw a Lego meme of the Coldplay Kiss Cam. I kind of felt guilty about it. I laughed, and then after I did the video yesterday, I'm like, man, this is wrong. It really is, So, who's to blame? A little bit of everyone at the end of the day. I don't know if I can blame the person who posted it because I guess everyone else looked at it, right? So I don't know. I started thinking about things and I started thinking about this platform I built. Now, I'm not trying to monetize off of this problem in general, but I did build a platform that the reason why I built those platforms, because I hate the algorithm that is involved in social media. I hate the AI slop. I hate the sharing. I don't even allow you to share content on my platform. You can't post a link and then it shows up on everyone's feed. And then the feed has no algorithm. It has this chronological order of how you post a video or photos. Now, I'm not saying that my platform could prevent this sort of, prevent someone from posting this type of content, but it would prevent it from going viral, right? My kind of platform would do that, okay? I would hope that I could have the countermeasures in place that would prevent that sort of thing from happening. I don't have algorithms in my platform, so on and so forth. Now, This is what we have to do to change our society, is to take it one step at a time and slowly migrate from these piece of garbage platforms at the end of the day. And it's going to take not just my platform, but probably other people's platform that have the same idea and vision that I do to convince everyone, hey, we got to stop doing this. We got to stop, posting some video like that ruins two families' lives, guys. We honestly do. It's just kind of wrong at the end of the day. We don't need Lego memes out of this thing. It's just wrong at the end of the day. So I don't know. This is just something I'm thinking about. I'm going to try to promote my platform a little bit more. I'll put a link in the description. I'm going to do more videos on it too, and see if you guys are interested. Maybe you kind of dropped off the face of the planet for some of these social media platforms and you're kind of feeling left out, and maybe you'd like to get back in with a more healthier version of social media. I don't know if that can exist. Maybe I can build it. I don't know. But maybe with your feedback, it would help me build a better, safer, and just not as shameful platform at the end of the day. I just thought, man, I felt bad being a part of the social media platforms that disseminate this garbage. Now, I'm not defending the CEO by any means, or that HR lady who got involved in the Coldplay kiss cam. But it should have been done or handled differently. Whoever posted that video should have just contacted the wife and the husband of those two families and said, hey, you got a problem. You might want to look at this video. Here you go. Okay, I'll keep it private for you. And the sad thing is, like, I see comments out there like, oh, this brought the internet together. Really? That's what we should be doing, is to bring the internet together, is to shame two families? Is that really the answer? To build a wealthy life, we need to be respectful of other families out there in our communities, because those two families are in our communities somewhere in the United States, guys, or somewhere in the world, because this is not just a US problem. This is a global problem that we need to handle and get rid of, honestly. Or at least get it to a point where it's negligible, okay, to where those children can still live in a world that they feel safe in, that they feel comfortable in. Because for the rest of their lives, they're not going to feel safe and comfortable, because everyone knows who they are, at least for the next, I don't know, 10 or 20 years. Maybe people will forget. I know the news cycle is short. Maybe people will forget. But internally, those kids will never forget. And they've got enough problems to go on. I get it. They're probably rich and all that, but that's no reason to knock on those kids for what's going to happen to them in general. It's not going to be fun. I've been through it. I went through a divorce when I was a teenager. There is nothing fun about that. And then to exacerbate it by having this thing go viral so that all their friends know what's going on, et cetera, that's just the saddest thing, in my opinion. And I feel bad about being a part of it, a little part, by just being a viewer. But the people who are just promoting this stuff and sharing it and making it go viral, they should feel even worse. It's shameful at the end of the day. So I don't know, I'm sure there'll be some comments back and forth on maybe this video. Maybe it'll go viral, who knows? I kind of hope it doesn't, to be honest. I'd rather just be you guys, the small community that, takes part in a little bit of conversation that we have, and we can talk about this social media platform of mine, and make it grow organically, and try to prevent this problem in the first place. That's what we need to do. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Should we feel shameful about what happened, or just say forget it? Who cares? Let me know in the comments. And if you guys could, if you do like the content of the channel, like and subscribe. Take a look at my previous video, and everyone, have a good day. Thanks.